crafty friends, Tracy here. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm trying to keep a lid on my excitement for these fall DIY craft projects. Now, these were so much fun to make. They turned out so beautiful. I couldn't wait to share them with you guys. I actually was kind of giddy when I was making them, and I said to myself, I think these are some of my top favorite fall DIY projects. And what are the kids saying nowadays? Mwah, chef's kiss. Well, that's what these are. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, my crafty friends, for this DIY, we're going to be using 2 of these plastic bowls from the Dollar Tree. And we're going to start by gluing them together with some E6000. And we're just going to put the E6000 around the top edge of our bowls. And once we have that on, then we're going to take our other bowl and we are going to put it on top of our glue. Just making sure that the ridges line up. And we're going to press it in just lightly, not too tough, not too aggressive. And then we're going to let that cure and dry. And once our E6000 glue has dried, we're left with these cute little bowls glued together. Now, next, we're going to take it out, and I'm going to be spray painting mine. And you can paint this with whatever you want, but I'm going to be spray painting mine with this rustic orange in a satin finish by Rust-Oleum. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll continue on with our project. And now our bowls have been spray painted. Look at that beautiful orange. Now, I don't know if you've guessed what we're making, but we're making one of those kind of, I guess they went viral or they're going viral, whatever that means. And we're going to make it into a pumpkin, and it's going to be so cute. Now, we made one with the larger bowls, and we made an ornament. And so for these, I'm going to make a set. I'm going to use the larger bowls, this size, and then the smaller bowls. So I'm going to make a set of 3 like I did the ornaments. So, but for this one, now we're going to take, and I want this to be a little bit of brown dry brush. So I'm going to take some of this burnt umber from Deco Art Americana, and we're going to dry brush our bowls. And I'm going to be using this large brush. It's nice and stiff, but not too stiff. Then we're just going to take and dab it into our paint. And then we're just going to lightly brush. Now, I'm not sure which is the best way, this way or this way, but let's see. Let's just start. Oh yeah, look at that. It's so pretty. Now, I might have to do a little bit of both, actually. I think I'm going to bring mine both ways in the distressing or the dry brushing, and I'm going to do it this way as well. Because I really want the design to pop on mine. And I love the back and forth and the crisscrossing of the dry brush. See how much more rustic that makes it look like? Here's the one direction, and then here are the different directions. So I really love the different directions. Oh yeah, I'm loving that. Cross hatching. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, now we're going to flip it over and we're going to do the same thing with this side. All right, now that we have it dry brushed, we're going to let it dry. We're going to set it aside here, let it dry. We're going to continue on, and we are going to use this little finial I purchased from Hobby Lobby, and we are going to stain it. And to stain it, I think I'm going to be using some of this beautiful gel stain in a walnut color, and it is from Hobby Lobby. So let's go ahead and get it stained. Okay, now we have our finial stained. We're going to bring back in our pumpkin, or our soon-to-be pumpkin, and we're going to add a little bit of this Spanish moss to the top of our bowls. All right, so now we have our Spanish moss, and I'm just going to shred mine a little bit to make it more wild looking. And we're first going to start out, we're going to glue our finial to the top. So let's get that done. And I'm just going to use the Gorilla Hot Glue for wood. And it will really adhere, especially to this plastic. So, all right, so we're going to just push that down like that. Now, you could just leave it like that. That would be even pretty too. But I'm going to take a little bit of this Spanish moss, and I'm going to just put it around my finial like that. And I can put more if I need to, but we're just going to press it into the glue, making sure not to burn our hands. I'm going to be adding some of these green sprigs to mine, and I purchased these at Michael's. And I'm just going to pull some off, and I'm just going to attach them to the top of my pumpkin like that. What do you guys think so far? Do you think I need some more over here? Or do you kind of like the simplicity of that, and then maybe just like a little piece of ribbon? Or should we use a fall leaf? I'm not sure. So let me grab some fall leaves here and see what we got. What do you guys think? Fall leaves? No fall leaves? I think this green one is pretty. Let's try it. Let's try our green, this fall leaf like that. I think that's really, really cute. I like the leaf, but I also think I need more greenery sprigs. So let's do that. We'll add a few more of those. Yeah, we'll add a few more of those like that maybe, and like this. And then we'll add the leaf. I don't know. Actually, I'm thinking I like just the leaf like that with the sprigs and keeping it simple. What do you guys think? I like that. I think I like that. I like the simplicity of it. Maybe something coming down like that. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, then we'll just take our little sprig and we'll bend it so it'll bend down the pumpkin, and we'll just stick it right in there like that. Yes, I think that's gonna look so good. So let's get her glued in there. Take our leaf off for now. I'm just gonna stick this in there like this, making sure it's glued in. Take a little bit more of that moss I have here. We'll just poke it in there on top of it like that. Perfect. That is looking so good. I'm just thinking, do I even want the leaf? I don't know. I mean, do we need a leaf on it, do you think? It does look very pretty. Yeah, I think I will take and do the leaf. But I need to glue my leaf here. It's broken. Let's broken. All right, so now we're going to take our leaf and we're going to stick it right in there. It's going to be so good. All right, let's do it. We're committing, right? Right? We want to commit, or do we just want greenery? We want to commit. We want to commit to the leaf. All right, here we go. We're committing ourselves to the leaf. Oh yes, the leaf was a perfect idea. I love it. I love the leaf. It's so good. I'm wondering, should I add one of these? Should I add another leaf or one of these to it? Maybe. Maybe add one of those, a little sprig or something maybe. Let's see. All right, here we go. So we're going to maybe add this little sprig of crab apples. That might be cute. Oh yes, we're doing it. We're doing it. It is so cute. We are doing it. And it is adorable. It's so cute. Oh my goodness. I need a little bit more of this moss here that I have. I'm going to take the little scraps. We're going to just tuck them right in there. Right there, yep, to cover that stem. Oh no, this is so good. So good, you guys. Let's see it. And then I think I'm done. Let's not, not everything has to be overdone, but you can overdo it if you want to. It would be beautiful if you put like a little bow there, but I think I'm gonna pass on the bow this time because I think it is so cute. Now, do you guys think I should do the other side as well? Maybe just with a few little of these stems? Oh my goodness, you guys. Look at how cute that is. We added some more of those crab apples, some more of the greenery stems to fill it in. I think this turned out so cute, and I'm so glad I took the time to make it with you guys. Are you going to make one? I hope so. Because like I said, you can do them in all the different sizes and make a really beautiful trio for your porch or for your indoor decor very, very affordably. I think that is so cute. All right, my crafty friends, what did you think of this cute little Dollar Tree punch bowl pumpkin? Say that 3 times fast. Anyway, I think it turned out so beautiful, and I can't wait to make a larger one as the companion to this medium size. Now, the larger bowls, if you're not familiar with that, they look like this. We did this ornament back in Christmas in July, and I think this turned out so gorgeous, so I can't wait to make a large pumpkin with the same bowls. Then we'll have a little set, and I think that's going to be so much fun. All right, let's go ahead and continue on to our next DIY, and this one turned out so adorable. For this DIY, we're going to be making a fun, cozy wreath. And we're going to start with this grapevine wreath base that I purchased from Walmart, and it is their 12-inch size. And then here's the SKU number if you want to check that out. And so we're going to first start out with cutting off our label. And you'll need a square dowel. Now, to start, what I'm going to do is put some of this stuff over here. We are going to stain our dowel, and we're also going to stain our houses. So let's get that done. And I think I'm going to be using a lighter stain. Let's see, where is the oak stain? I want oak for mine. Let me get my oak stain, and then we'll continue on with staining our houses and our wood dowel. Okay, and this is the gel stain I'm going to be using from Hobby Lobby, and it's semi-transparent in oak. All right, so now we have our houses stained and our dowel stained. We're going to set those aside. We're going to bring in our wreath base back in, All right, so we have our wreath base, and now what we're going to do is we're going to take some of our greenery stems. I bought some at Hobby Lobby and Michael's, and I've got some from what I had on hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make a few little bundles with these pieces. And I'm going to start by tearing them apart. So we're going to make 2 bundles. And we're going to add some of these in there. Where's my trimmers? There they are. Okay, we're going to add some of these. Perfect. Hey, my crafty friends, make sure you don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you here at Sweet Bay Lane. Okay, and then I'm going to take some wire and we're going to wrap our bundles. So I just took a little bit of the eucalyptus, fall eucalyptus, one of these little stems, and then this beautiful copper stem. And we're just going to layer those together and then twist them into a bundle. And then we're going to do it for this one as well. Okay, and once we have our bundles made, we're just going to glue them into our wreath. We're going to glue them in right at the top here. Okay, now we have our greenery on there. Now we're going to bring back in our little dowel and our wood houses that we stained. Okay, and what we want to do is we want to attach our dowel to our wreath, and to do that I'm going to be using some of this brown felt. I'm going to cut it into strips to put on the back side of my dowel. And I think it's going to hold it a little bit better than just the raw wood the wood trying to stick to the wreath base. That usually doesn't work out too good. But let's see if this, because now this felt will grab onto the wreath base. So now we have what looks like this, our wreath. We are going to take and glue our houses onto our dowel. Okay, so now we have what looks like this. How cute is that? But now we're going to embellish with some, I think I'm going to put some Spanish moss around here. Okay, so then once we have our Spanish moss on, we're left with this cute little project, but we have one more finishing touch. Now, I don't know what you guys would do. I have this beautiful fall ribbon, and I made a bow with it, and you could put that there, and that's what that would look like with the bow. Or you could do a pumpkin, where you just take a pumpkin and glue that in the center, and then we have this beautiful wreath. I think it turned out so pretty. All right, my crafty friends, what did you think of this fun little house DIY wreath? I think it turned out so cute, and I love the little house concept. What do you guys think? All right, now we're going to be continuing on to our next DIY project, and this one turned out to be a little cutie pie. So let's go ahead and get started. For this DIY, we're going to be starting with a piece of 1x4 that's been cut down to 9.5 inches. And you'll see this writing on there, but that's not going to matter because what we're going to do is we are going to take and paint our board black. And I'm going to be using this apple barrel paint from Walmart in a black. So let's go ahead and get that done. All right, so now we have our wood piece painted. And now we're going to embellish our piece. And I'm going to start by putting a little hat. And to do that, I'm just going to use some of this burlap fabric I have on hand. And we're going to start by, I think I want this at the top, so to make a little frayed edge. So I want to see how much I need for my hat to scrunch it up. So I think, yeah. Okay, so let's see how much we need. So we need about that much. Put that over there. All right, so now we're going to take and we're going to cut this down. And I think I'll cut it, I want this, I think, at the top. So let's see, I think I'll cut it here. Yeah, I'll cut it right here. I'll cut it straight across. All right, got that done. All right, so now we're gonna take and I think I want this at the top here. And we're gonna glue our hat on. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Okay. So then we're gonna add some glue. I think I'll just add it right like that. Just a little strip of it. We'll see. We'll see. I've never made one of these, so we will see. And always be careful when you're gluing the burlap down with hot glue because the glue comes right through the burlap. And then we're going to pull it tight and then bring it around and glue it down. Yeah, we'll glue it right there. We'll put a little here and all along the back here. Then we'll pull it tight and bring it around. All right, so now we have what looks like this, which is cute. So next what we're going to do is we're going to take and bunch this up like that. And then we're going to tie it off. Yeah. Should we put some stuffing in there, I wonder? I think we'll just leave it like that. So I'm going to tie mine off with some raffia. So let me grab a piece of raffia real quick. Okay, we're going to use some of this gold raffia, which I actually got at Hobby Lobby. Then we're going to tie off our hat. Kind of make sure it's how you want it there. And we're going to tie it off. I might end up trimming this. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Anyways, we're going to tie it tight. And then I think I'm going to tie mine in a knot and then a bow. Or I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to put on the hat yet, so we'll just leave it like that. We'll just put a little bow on it for now. I might be changing the bow, but we'll see. And we'll cut that. All right, so we have our little... Yeah, I think I might trim the hat down a little bit. It's looking a little cray-cray, huh? It's looking a little crazy. I wanted to have the fringe there, but that's not going to work out. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. But I think what I'll do is I'll just fray it like this. Yeah, that's perfect. Oh yeah, that's much, much cuter. All right. Okay, so we got that going. So now we have what looks like that. Looking cute already. Then we're going to make a little face on. So let me go ahead and get my markers. And I might use a little bit of paint, so we'll see what happens. But I'm going to first start with these markers, which, if you guys follow me at all, you know I love these, and they are from Walmart, and they are perfection. And then there's the SKU number in case you guys need it. I'll have them listed for you guys if you're interested. All right, so now we're going to make some little eyes. And I think I'm going to start right here. And we're just going to make some little eyes. They don't have to be perfect. We're just going to let those dry. While those are drying, we are going to make a beak. Now, I'm wondering, should I make my beak out of this material? That might be cute, but I'm wondering if it'll be kind of hard to cut. So let me just see if I can cut a little beak out of there. And if so, then I also have some felt, which might work. But let's go ahead and see if we can cut a beak out of this. That looks pretty cute. What do you guys think? Would you use the burlap? Would you use it? Let me think. Or should I double it up to make it? Yeah, I think I'll double it up. So let's do that. We're going to cut this down to fit. Oh, look at how cute. That looks really cute. Okay, so we're going to use this. We're going to start by adding some glue. Ooh, watch out. I didn't even burn myself, but I was, my reflexes were strong. All right, so then we're going to glue our burlap together like that. And now we're going to glue it down to the wood. This is going to be so cute. And I'm going to kind of offset my beak because, you know, I'm sure all beaks aren't perfect. So there we go. So now we have what looks like this. So we're going to let our eyes dry and we're going to fill those in a little bit more. So let me do that. All right, so now we're going to add a little scarf to our crow. And I'm going to be adding a little scarf with this material here. I really would like to have the black and white, like a rustic check or gingham pattern, but I really don't have any on hand. So I'm going to be using this, and I think it's going to be cute. All right, let's set this aside. Okay. So now we're going to take our fabric and we're going to tie on a little scarf. All right, and once I had the fabric on for the scarf and as the trim of the hat, I then decided to change out the yellow raffia tie, and I added a small little crab apple I had on hand. I added a little raffia bow in the tricolored raffia that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. And I also added the tricolored raffia to tie it all in with the scarf and a little fall leaf with another little crab apple. We also added some black pupils to his eyes and a little bit of highlight to bring him to life. And I think he looks so adorable. All right, my crafty friends, what did you think of our little crow board? I think he turned out so cute, and I love that he's dressed for fall. Well, that wraps it up for these 3 fun fall DIY craft projects. Let me know which was your favorite or which one you're most likely to recreate, because quite honestly, doesn't everyone need a punch bowl pumpkin in their life? I think so. Also, if you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do so, because we'd love to have you here at Sweet Bay Lane, and you won't miss out on any of the upcoming fun we have planned for the holiday season. Well, until next time, make sure and keep it crafty.